The only people who don't want to disclose the truth are people with something to hide.
My guest, of course, is Mike Zullo, the lead investigator of the cold case posse, Sheriff Joe Arpaio, Maricopa County Obama fraud case. Well, Mike, so let me just, I'm going to make a general statement. I think that the Xerox caper probably was their last ace in the hole. And, you know, I've got to ask myself, and you don't have to answer any of this because it might go to your investigation. But, you know, if I'm an investigator out there, I've got to ask myself, who are these guys that all of a sudden know about a Xerox machine and an exact serial number and exactly what it will do and won't do? And why is it 5 years later that they all of a sudden know that? And why is it at this point, now that we have congressmen ready to take it before Congress, that all of a sudden they have this so-called evidence and it turns out to be a caper and they're calling your phone wanting to know if they're a suspect now? And I mean, I think this thing is really getting stirred up, Mike. But in the meantime, I will just ask you this very generally. Apparently, from everything else you're finding out, and it's a lot, the birth certificate thing, which is huge, is kind of the tip of the iceberg. Apparently this thing gets really dark and really deep, and your investigation is leading to some stunning connections to people, places, events, and things across this land. Can you speak to any of that?
You know, Carl, I really can't speak to it to any length, but you're not off in what you're saying. Like I said earlier, if you think that Sheriff Arpaio just has me looking at the birth certificate on the computer screen every day.
The only people who don't want to disclose the truth are people with something to hide.